Hey, and welcome back to Coach Quant. Today we're going to be looking at a problem on car crashes. So let's say we are at a bus station watching vehicles pass. The chance of witnessing at least one collision during a 60-minute period is 3/4. What is the chance of witnessing at least one collision within a half-hour period? So this is a really common type of question where we're given the probability of something occurring over a longer time than the actual probability that we want to find. And so the important thing to know here is always that the probability of something happening in the first half, as long as these are independent events, the probability of something happening in the first half times the probability of something happening in the second half can give you information about the probability of something happening in both cases. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's consider the probability um, that there are no collisions, right? So the probability that there's no collisions during 60 minutes. So no collisions for 60 minutes. What is that? Well, it's 1 minus 3/4, right? 3/4 is the probability we're given in the problem. So it's 1/4. Um, Somehow we need to find the probability um, of there being at least one collision in 30 minutes. And so we can do this by first solving for the probability, right? Solve to make this easier on ourselves, solve for the probability of no crashes in 30 minutes. And then we can just take the complement, and that will be the probability of there being at least one crash in 30 minutes. But the important thing to know is the probability, let's just call P1, probability of there being no crashes in the first 30 minutes, right? Times P2. P2 is the probability of there being no crashes in the second 30 minutes, right? That's equal to the probability of there being no crashes for 60 minutes, right? So that's equal to 1/4, because these are both independent events, right? P1 and P2. But the other thing about P1 and P2 is they're equal, they're the same, right? And so we can just write this as one common P, right? P squared is equal to 1/4. And so that tells us that P, which is the probability of there being no crashes in 30 minutes, is 1/2, right? And so to find the probability of there being crashes, right? Probability of crashes in 30 minutes. This is just equal to the complement, or 1 minus 1/2, which is the same thing, 1/2. And so that is our final answer, is 1/2. So there's always ways you can break down these problems um, to kind of figure out what the answer is. Um, and if you're doing a lot of calculation, normally these problems, there's not too much calculation. So normally there's some sort of trick you have to figure out uh, in the middle of them. And this is one of them. This comes up a lot. This comes up a lot. So I recommend you go check this out on our website, coachquant.com. We have hundreds and hundreds of questions from all sorts of quant firms. You can go check them out. We give solutions, hints, difficulty level, um, all sorts of different problem types. I really recommend you check it out at coachquant.com. Thank you so much for watching.